The Royal Rumble is nearing upon us, and here I am talking about the build-up. Now, since this is the Royal Rumble and most of the focus has been on the Royal Rumble match, this time for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to talk about, well, basically the 5 matches and the possible, and there's a chance one of them is going to be the pre-show since they don't really have this many matches played, like about 3 or 4, not 5. So I'm guessing Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto is going to be number 5. But let's start anyways with the New Day versus the Usos. Now, heading in now after TLC, the New Day congratulated the Usos and the Lucha Dragons on their big match they had, which really set the bar for tag team matches and stole the show. Yeah, we're getting to they put the match first, so it's gonna steal the show. um, then it would look like they were going to do another triple threat tag team match, what I would have been all for. However, Sin Cara got injured and had a dislocated shoulder, so they had to scrap that plan. So it became the Usos versus the New Day, and really the build up wasn't really that much. It was more build up with Chris Jericho versus Xavier Woods than there was the New Day versus the Usos, and I generally mean that, especially when you see Francesca, as I think they called the trombone, get destroyed by Chris Jericho, which begs the question. I hate to be the one that brings in logical deduction, but hasn't the trombone been destroyed twice already? Like, wasn't it bent horribly in a horrid unnatural curve? So yeah, what makes this one different? It broke the handle. Can't you just hire somebody to fix it? Okay. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay. F you logic. F you logic. So the New Day and the Usos didn't have much of a big build since there had to be a change in plans and all that. So, and really, Chris Jericho versus Xavier Woods sounds more of a much better match than this. Would be a much better match. But I'm expecting the New Day and the Usos to bring in their all and steal and hopefully make another big impact on the tag team division. And I'm kind of worried the New Day might lose the tag team belts because, well, let's be honest, the Usos are very favored by Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn. Yeah, I kind of have my doubts that New Day will get to win this match. Like, I had doubts on the TLC show because it was the Usos, and considering that they were once again Tag Team of the Year despite them missing the later half of 2015, they still won it. So, yeah, I'm expecting some biased booking on that match. So, yeah, my expectations for how the New Day winning is going to be low. So now we get Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. That was finally announced on Monday Night Raw last night at the time of this video. Um, Charlotte turned heel about a week or so before TLC, which kind of undermines the whole death angle they pulled. Yeah, and Ric Flair started getting involved more and more, and then let's just be honest, Ric Flair in this angle is kind of confusing me. Like, it feels like he's trying to put himself in the spotlight than he is actually being there for his daughter. Like, I don't get if this is booking decision or Ric Flair just misses being in the ring and just wants to be part of the build. But yeah, it's really undermining Charlotte. So Charlotte started balancing between face and heel for like a couple of weeks with Becky Lynch. And I saw it coming a mile away when Becky Lynch beat her on Raw one night a few weeks ago. And Charlotte responded by spearing her and then beating the holy crap out of her. So, yeah, that really undermines the death angle after only 2 months. Yep. And now Becky Lynch is on her own, and I thought she would, and I feared if they do this match, she might fade into obscurity afterwards because Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn hate NXT people so far, and they can't give the belt back to Nikki Bella because she's hurt. So, and plus they already had outlived her usefulness since she just wasn't just needed to break the streak of AJ Lee because they're butthurt about everything. But Yeah, Becky Lynch has really started coming out of her own and started really being herself more, was getting more and more of a personality instead of being this third wheel that we all saw it as, and how Paige saw it. And if Paige and Natalia are on the show, I have a lot to say about that, but since they're not part of the show, I will not say anything about that at all. Um, oh man. But now Becky Lynch has made the challenge, and Ric Flair accepted it on Charlotte's behalf, even though Charlotte did not want the match. So, yeah, I'm generally confused. Like, am I supposed to be okay that, but is like Ric Flair trying to be his daughter, pretty much? Like, trying to be filling that void that he has since he misses wrestling, and he's trying to pretty much see if he could get back in the ring using Charlotte. That just comes off at me, like it just kind of comes off. Like, I know Ric Flair cares about his children, but it just comes off as bad booking. I know Ric Flair would generally do this for the most part, but yeah, the booking is just being so confusing. Like, it almost sounds like Ric Flair versus Becky Lynch than it is Charlotte. So, yeah, this booking has been confusing, but at least Becky Lynch is trying to make the most of it. And Charlotte, well, like I said, Ric Flair kind of steals her spotlight. So let's get to Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. That's the next match. It was announced last night. Yeah, once again, proves once and for all why this booking should not have happened. Kalisto winning the U.S. title on Raw was a major moment. Like, everyone thought this was going to be big. And then SmackDown came and he virtually lost the belt under 24 hours. Oh, how many people were pissed off by this booking decision, myself included. And now we're hearing they're going to have a third round. And luckily they did not tie in the pointless rematch clause in their contract since... Okay, let's be honest. Did WWE management really think Kalisto was going to win a match? Win a title? Really? Like, this is Kalisto we're talking about. Like, all due respect to his talent, but WWE doesn't like small guys. They begrudgingly gave it to Daniel Bryan and Rey Mysterio at one point, but they kept screwing them over with bad booking. Daniel Bryan, however, was more humble about it, while Rey Mysterio might have been frustrated and tried to argue his way out of this. So, yeah. So Alberto Del Rio heads in as the U.S. champ versus Kalisto, the challenger. Really should have been the other way around, but sadly it's too late to fix that. And when I saw the build, I actually went on YouTube on the channel and wrote a comment quoting Nick Fury from Avengers saying, "I recognize the WWE has made a decision, but given that it was a stupid ass decision, I would like you to ignore it. Kalisto!" Oh man. But yeah, um, even if Kalisto wins the match, it's not going to feel as special as it was on Monday Night Raw. So really, I'm thinking this match should have been saved for Royal Rumble and then do another pay-per-view at Fastlane where Kalisto defends it and retains it. So it's not going to feel as special if Kalisto wins it again, and it's definitely not going to be special if Alberto Del Rio wins. So really, they kind of booked themselves in a corner and they can't get out. And now let's get to the match that will most likely steal the show. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin freaking Owens. And I'm putting in Kevin freaking Owens because Kevin Owens is awesome. In a last man standing match for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, after the questionable decision of Kevin Owens losing the Intercontinental belt at TLC, Kevin Owens went into, and especially being screwed out of Breakout Star of the Year, Kevin Owens became a malicious, brooding, crazy, psychopathic madman who takes euphoric moments out of beating the holy hell out of his opponents and then powerbombing them through tables. And I'm missing the apron powerbomb attack, so I hope they do that again at in the last man standing match. And Dean Ambrose is, well, Dean Ambrose is, what has Dean Ambrose done? Um, like he attacked Kevin Owens, coming to the aid of Neville. Um, yeah, this is what happens when you book Dean Ambrose to be buddy buddy with Roman Reigns. Yeah, I'll complain about some Roman Reigns booking, but yeah. So yeah, Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, they're obviously gonna have a show stealing match if they're given the time, and considering that this is a 3 hour event and there's only 5 matches, yeah, I'm expecting one to at least be on the pre-show. Rare occasion it could be two, but yeah. But Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, they're gonna have a hell of a match. I can't wait for what's gonna happen. And Kevin Owens, like I said, has turned into this beating savage who takes euphoric moments from powerbombing his opponents. And he doesn't act like the arrogant heel. Now he just acts like a psychotic madman who wants his belt back. And I thought, like, yeah, that's a good transformation. And if this is building up to Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens, they haven't given any hints, but I'll get to the Brock Lesnar part in a bit. Um, Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose are going to do one hell of a match. I can't wait for that. So let's get to the Royal Rumble match, the biggest match that was announced, which is every year. But yeah, when everyone was watching this, they were all anticipating, oh, who's going to win the Royal Rumble match? Like they're like since Roman Reigns is champion, they're going to go all out. They're going to let anyone could be the winner. It could be Big Show, it could be Curtis. Okay, I just laughed at myself at that statement. Like, I knew that's not going to be true. The most likely winners would have been Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, maybe, and Kevin Owens. Like, they seem to be the most likely guys who could win this match. And with John Cena injured, yeah, the chances of a young guy winning is very likely, including Brock Lesnar. But then WWE decided, okay, let's put Roman Reigns in the match. And it's going to be for the world title, and this will be the first time ever the WWE title had to be defended. Please no, I'm going to say defended. The last time the WWE title was on the line in the Royal Rumble, it was vacated by the president of the WWE, an unbiased authority figure. Yeah, they really need to bring that back. But yeah, the build-up has been very interesting. Like, they did blatantly obvious 1-2, Roman Reigns is number one. And originally Big Show said he was number one in the match. Like, he declared himself as the first entrant of the Royal Rumble match, but then it was revealed that it was a booking, it was a botched promo. And yeah, I think Big Show just took in the moment and just decided, screw it, I'm just going to go with it. But then he didn't really do anything about it, so WWE logic, everybody. So, yeah. Big Show declared himself number one, the first guy to compete in the Royal Rumble, and then accidentally said, I'm going to be the first one to enter. And really, the build-up has also formed more cliques in the WWE, since WWE is trying to bank on gang warfare to revive the ratings. So, like, they have the Social Outcast, which recently formed, consisting of Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, Heath Slater, and Curtis Axel. So, yeah. Um, I was interested in what this group was going to do, and then they ultimately jobbed to the Big Show just last night. Wow, what a waste. So, yeah, the Social Outcasts have just been relegated to jobbers after beating Dolph Ziggler and challenging the Wyatt family. Wow, that's really pathetic. In 2 weeks, the group's already screwed over. And after a fun interview they did on WWE.com with Michael Cole that established who they were, established their personality and gimmick, all in less than 5 minutes. They have done more with character development in 5 minutes than they have given Roman Reigns an entire year to find. That's pathetic and also interesting. But this is mostly pathetic on WWE's management part. I'm not blaming the Social Outcasts. So, yeah, there's a click there, and And I'm fearing these clicks might accidentally blow up in their faces because there'd be too many clicks and therefore they would have to turn on each other. Except for the Wyatt family, they'll just get out of the ring, except for Bray Wyatt. So I'm fearing the clicks will blow in on itself because there's so many clicks and they all eventually turn on each other and they start all dissension towards each other. So yeah, that's sort of a big problem that they needs to work around. So yeah. You have Brock Lesnar coming back, being forced into the Royal Rumble match by Stephanie McMahon since Triple H is out of action still, since he has not been seen since NXT. Since Roman Reigns cut a promo one night saying that they haven't seen him since NXT, and it was reported that this was a deliberate shot at NXT, which begs the question: WWE main roster does know NXT is their developmental, right? Or is Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn so butthurt that NXT is better than the main roster by a miles ahead that they're going to take cheap shots at their own brand? It's like trying to assassinate someone on death row. And yes, I took that from Mr. Enter. Sue me. So, yeah, but the most interesting parts about this build have mostly been the subtleties and rumors. The one subtlety they did was Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family not listening to the McMahon family. Like when McMahon did the one versus all match, which was just plainly Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Mr. McMahon ordered everybody to go after Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt and the others stood on the sidelines just watching everything. And Bray Wyatt's whispering into their ears, from what I gathered, from what I saw. So that was a subtle moment that would imply that the Wyatt family is going to defy the authority soon, which I can't wait since Bray Wyatt has preached for the last 3 years now for the whole down with the machine. And really, the ending to Raw was mostly the best part of the build. But the rumors actually stole the build. But the last part of Raw actually was the last best part of the build. But let me get to the rumors. The rumors were going around that Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, Nakamura, and AJ Styles will all heading to WWE soon. It's been reported that Nakamura is going to come in February. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows are going to head to the NXT Developmental Center. And AJ Styles may be main roster bound. And Finn Balor has also been teasing that he and AJ Styles were going to be in the match. And they even hinted saying that, and Stephanie McMahon hinted saying that it may be somebody no one saw coming. And yeah, you just confirmed AJ Styles is going to be there, especially since his last show is on Saturday, so he'll have enough time to get to the Royal Rumble on Sunday. So yeah, and then there was the final subtleties of Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt, where Bray Wyatt, after beating up Roman Reigns, targeted Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was made a little bit more human this time, since Roman Reigns put him through a spear twice. The League of Nations interfered, but really, who cares about them? And there's also, and then Bray Wyatt did Sister Abigail to Brock Lesnar, which I thought, oh my god, are they really hinting at this? Oh my god, I can't wait. Please, please make this match happen. The promos between Bray Wyatt and Paul Heyman will be amazing. I guarantee you. So, yeah, that was the Royal Rumble build. Could have had more of a bigger build, especially on SmackDown. Yeah, since SmackDown's the B show and they rarely ever do story developments. The only exception was Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, though not for the right reasons. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.